Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Call the meeting to order. Everyone got their agenda, minutes, and financial reports. Do we have any questions on that? No? All right, then I need a motion to approve the agenda, the minutes, and the financials.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. New business, water tower repairs. So we earmarked some of that ARPA money for the water tower. Since it's gonna be a while before we can come up with the funds to sand it and repaint it and all that stuff, we'd like to go ahead and start with some of the other minor repairs.
Well, the ARPA funds had to be earmarked by the end of 2024. They have to be spent by the end of 2026. We only had about $30,000 left, which is enough to cover some of the smaller repairs, not counting the painting, repainting. So that was, yeah, that's what it is.
So just to kind of keep everybody in the loop as to what's going on with that.
There were some bids that were turned in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what the paperwork was.
Larry's are giving you bids that people who give you a special paper sell.
Is that this one? No?
Looks like this.
Um,
Would have been in your mailboxes for sure. You guys can pass these around if you need to, but
has a lot of stuff in it. So are we picking one of these tonight?
preferably so we get the ball rolling.
That's my fault.
I'll pass that down there. Hang on, here's one.
Do you have a recommendation on one or the other?
Yes. I was the Larry.
Were
Yes,
they
mine
the
was
same ones
2000.
that did the inspection?
Yes. What was the new wire?
It'll be 30-something, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
I would go with, my suggestion would be going with Larry, who did the inspection on the tank and found these problems to start with. That's who I would go with. But I have no preference. There's a discrepancy in the price, but
This bid's better too.
the bid is better, and that's who did the actual inspection of the tank itself.
I'd agree with him.
Highlighted money.
It's a good, I had a hard time finding some.
22, yeah. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
I'm fine with your recommendation.
Same.
I am too.
Yeah.
Need a motion?
Yeah, I need a motion to go with Leary.
I'll
for
make,
these.
I'll make a motion to go with Larry Construction for the water tower repairs.
Second.
Good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Second it. Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed, we'll go with Cleary. Will you contact them or you have Devin do that? Somebody? Okay. Jason Lenny texted me before the meeting when I got here, and said that he has no reports or anything to report, reference to fires or anything like that. So we'll move on to the utilities. John?
Yeah. The power line to our wells in Salt City, 3-phase. We lost one of our phases feeding it. We're running off 2 phases right now. bank wired up at the moment, on some transformers that we borrowed. Get us going. We had Telsey Electric there with their fault indicators to try to find the fault on the line. No luck. Re-energized, blew up, the line. Had REC come with their machines, re-energized, blew up, and then the line is shot. So whenever you have 3 lines under the ground, 3-phase, and brick barrel, one of them starts blowing, the other one will starts to get damaged. Others will. We had another line that was testing okay 1 minute, 1 minute it wasn't. We got it energized, it's holding for now. The situation is our meter is out by CNS, out here on the highway by 1900 block of Main Street. And from our meter all the way back to our well fields, 3/4 of a mile, is maintained by Troy on Tell City's electric coverage system, and trying to find a reason why it was done like that. So met with Andy Hicks, and he came up with some plans. We worked together on it. But we got quotes, he got quotes, I got quotes, so parts, material, all came together on it. And the new wire run back there is $52,000 just by itself to get the wire back there, just the wire by itself. Andy Hicks proposed that now if we redid it and Troy still maintained it, we're about to buy on top of the underground quote. 110, we're going to buy more transformers on top of that for our power back there for the 3-phase. Tell City said they would so if we do it ourselves, it's going to cost extremely more amount of money, and they can do it in 3 weeks. With just a couple of us, it would take us 3 months. I don't know, 2 months, to do it. We're on borrowed time right now, lose a lot of sleep over these wells. It's what pumps water to your tanks. Like I said, it's 52,000 in parts, or just wire by itself. We talked about doing some overhead, and we're too worried about driftwood, logs, stuff floating in the river when the high water comes up, hitting the poles, knocking the power out. So my suggestion would not be going overhead right now. And with this underground, that is putting faults in the ground ever so often. So if this ever happens again, it can be determined where the faults are on the lines and replace small sections at a time. We would be responsible for it. Or Tell City can do it, and it's their coverage area, and they'll maintain it. If a transformer goes, they'll buy the transformers. If a transformer goes down, if there's a power outage, any faults on the line, any trouble, all the way up to our weatherhead where our wells are, they're fully responsible. Like I said, I don't know why Troy's on the hook. We pay, our electric meter there is average $1,200 a month is what we pay. And so it's basically like you pay your electric bill at home, and then if your transformer goes bad, the homeowner is responsible for replacing the transformer. So that's what's going on up there. I don't understand really why it was done that way. To where your utility, who provides you power, should be responsible for it. But I would suggest we go with this $110,000. Talk to Saffron. She said there's money to be used. There's extra money that can be spent on it. And this is something that wasn't planned. This is we worked around the clock one night, trying to get this repaired. We've had assistance from Tell City with their machines and fault detectors. REC came in and helped us, and between me and Tell City and REC was all standing over their hands up in the air. We came up with a solution to temporarily get the power going, and it needs to be fixed. And what Andy said, this is, like I said, and what Andy did on this is he used their formula that we adopted. Okay, so they're gonna use this much power, their meter's gonna spend this much for revenue. And he does a formula that says how much the customer's gotta pay up front to get the line built to them, if they're not using enough revenue to pay for it all at once, or within a 5-year, I think it's a 5-year period.
So we need a motion for Tell City to do the repair?
Well, do y'all have any questions?
What is your preference? To
Okay.
go underground or to go overhead?
At this time, right now, would be underground. If we put the vaults in the ground, and that's what's planned is put the vaults in the ground. But my main thing is, there's two things. It needs to be done. Now at this point, any repair that needs to be done to it, do we keep it, or it's Tell City's coverage area? They said, it's our coverage area. We will be responsible for it. We don't understand why you all are responsible for it when it's in Tell City. We're not losing, nobody's tagged onto our line. It's not like we're making revenue. They're getting the bang, we're paying the buck.
Right.
Basically. They're making revenue off this up here, and we're making zero. Now then, there was a fault on the line. And we used every brain we could, did everything we could, get the fire. We was running out of water in Troy. I mean, wells get low, we was scrambling. We got it going. The bill from Tell City will be around $6,600 for them to come up to work on their line that somehow we said we would maintain
In their area?
in their area. And I don't know why we wouldn't have to pay nothing, zero, because it's in their coverage area. So one thing is I would go with the $110,000 estimate, and Andy's making this, and Tell City's doing this not for profit. It's what it's going to cost his employees, what's going to cost his equipment. What he would ask is we pay for the material, and then as they do the work, we reimburse him for his employees' time. And then the second, I would say that let's change this to where, and they're willing to do it, is maintain their own line.
Right.
So this would get us back to them maintaining after this.
Yes. So I don't know how much overtime we spent on me and Devin, and excuse me, and but I know what it costs to come up with a diagnosis problem, and it was very hefty. You get if I get a transformer going bad down there right now, I'm looking at a $3,000 to $4,000 transformer if we have it. If not, it's 6 weeks out. So you gotta go buy one from Tell City or counter or borrow so forth till you get one in. Transformer goes bad when it's under their watch. They're responsible for it.
Okay.
So that's the two things I would ask for, is them to go ahead and they can start pretty soon, any material. And then also to let them take back over their line. I don't, like I said, I don't understand why it was all of a sudden our line in Tell City. Kind of
Right.
confusing, so.
Does anybody have any more questions for John? So could I get a motion to go with the underground pricing, or the underground line to the wells?
I'll motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
And we did borrow, we went up county to borrow 2 transformers. So thankful, Tell City didn't have the transformers we needed to get the power going off their voltage. County did, we got them on borrow right now. Just cross our fingers, nothing happens to them.
Right. And everybody's okay with having Tell City to take care of this,
Oh, yeah.
just so that that's in the minutes, so.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
way it's back on them and it's not on us anymore.
Because we're bleeding money out for,
Now, let me say this, there's a meter up there by CNS coming into Tell City.
Right past the train tracks, right?
Yep.
So it will be a little bit higher on your monthly bill, because now they're gonna put the meter all the way down there where the wells are. Instead of having one meter, we'll have a meter each well, and it'll be an extra $55 for that extra meter.
Per household?
Per well.
Per well.
And then, we're gonna do a little bit different, because the way it's hooked up right now is, this power line goes down, one well goes down, the other one goes down. And this 110,000, we're gonna wire it up towards, have a transformer bank for this well, a transformer bank for this well, in case one of them goes out.
We still have another.
We
We
still
still
have it.
have one.
Yep. I'm fine with that.
All right. Anything else utility wise, John? Okay.
So as you was working tonight, throughout the night, scrambling, got hold of Greg Lenny and borrowed Del City's sewer department's generator to run our wells long enough to get water pumping to fill our tank up before that morning when I was getting up for school. Anyways, we borrowed their generator, being back from Del City, wired it all up to the bell towers. But, if you have a generator, Troy has a generator, okay? And it needs new plugs. It needs new plugs for, it's a plug, it ain't like a plug you plug in the house. It's a plug that's big around, you plug into it, then you kind of be on a cord, you wire it up to your transformers up on the pole. Also, to be in accordance, it's gotta be tested once a year, which it was tested last year, our generator was. Just got it tested the other day. And it has not had a load bank test on it. So if y'all see the Taylor's, service, thing, they got several suggestions on there. The fuel needs to be drained, it's not in great shape. Refueled, the antifreeze needs to be drained, refueled, and it's got a belt partially going bad on it. Now then, that is something that almost a local mechanic, we keep our work local, and a local mechanic can change the belt and discharge the fuel and antifreeze and fix that. But there's I think it's $1,200 price on there. That is something that needs to be done. That's called a load break, or a load bank. What they'll do, they'll get our, after I get these, some stuff repaired on our generator, these small items, they'll come, they put our generator under a heavy, heavy load for a minimum of 4 hours to make sure the generator will run and put up a heavy load on it like our wells would be doing. It'd be equivalent to what our wells would use. So, and then, if it passes, they sign off on it, and if we ever have trouble, we say, hey, you all said that our generator was inspected, it was good to go, so. And I would really like to, I don't want to spend money, guys, trust me, by no means, but the $1,200 test on it for the loan bank needs to be done.
How long is that good for?
Year.
A year?
Yeah, he said that they come in,
Well, they suggested get
Do it
inspected
every
every 3 years. But I've been reading, and it's supposed to be tested. I talked to the guy about the generators, and he said it's supposed to be tested once, they're supposed to be tested once a year. But inspection, every 3 years, check the fuel, make sure the fuel ain't gelled up in it. And when we get this done, we'll start trying to do this every couple months. Whenever we get the generator up and going in great shape, we'll just put a few gallons in it. Every couple months, start it up, let it run. So that, like right now, gas tank, diesel fuel tank's completely full on it, but the fuel's bad, so. But I would like to, like I said, at least do $1,200 load bank, unless they can do the fuel change out, and the antifreeze change out, and the belt change out. But on those prices, I feel as if we could probably get it done local, a little cheaper.
Well, and I want to make sure that with this, knowing that this is going to be a $1,200 cost yearly, that we just have it as a standard line item on the budget, that we know that this is something that we need to account for every year.
or does that come out of electric?
It would come out
From electric.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be budgeted, it's already directed.
Okay. Thanks for that clarity. I thought about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to make sure it's accounted for, that we don't miss it, so we don't get a every year going $1,200 hit for something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're good.
Right, okay.
We're good.
Can I get a motion to go with the $1,200 load bank?
I'll make a motion.
I'll
Okay.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All
And
opposed?
I didn't get quotes, because that's who's been doing your generator every year, same company.
Right, might as well.
Yep.
All right, motion passed.
Water line on 545, Mr. Wetzel turned in the preliminary plans to NDOT.
Yep.
And I talked to him this morning. He's gonna contact NDOT back. They was wanting that preliminary plan really quick, ASAP. He got it to him in time, and good timing, but, they had a chance to look it over yet. So we're still waiting to hear back from him. He's waiting to hear back from NDOT. Okay. So we should,
Everybody has copies of all that information.
Yes.
Just, I put it in everybody's boxes,
Yes,
and I even recorded that meeting for that
that call.
informational meeting with John Wetzel and sent it to you guys via email as well.
and the general, job, the preliminary job is eliminated, it's right there. Back to the well field a little bit, I kind of jumped ahead. And when we go back and work on our wells, it's a dirt road, it's impassable. When it rains, we might got that generator, we like never got out, it's all dirt, and it's muddy, river bottom cornfields. I got a price from Balzers, and they went up, well, they got an aerial, measured everything out, told me what I needed. To rock that road all the way back to our wells for us to get back there and work on is $9,800. Now then, that's for the whole road. That's for the whole road. I don't feel as if we need to do that because, chance of the river coming up, going down, washing the rock away. But there is some places down there we do need to rock. Not the whole road, but at least the low spots, the hills, you have to drive over, the bottoms, where we're gonna get hung up. I didn't know how bad it was till it was raining the other morning when we were back there, so we really need to spend a few $1,000s on get some rock on that road back there. The other morning, if we had to go back out, we was gonna have to take the backhoe with us just to drag us, our equipment in and out. So it's $9,800 to do the whole road. I would ask to give you permission to get some of the spots fixed, just so we can get back there. Let's start out at maybe, let's do $3,000 for it. If you give me permission, and I'll try to do as little as possible, with still being able to get in and out, not the whole thing be done. And that'll be through Balzers, and that'll be, it's cheaper for them to bring it to us if we're buying that much than us trying to haul it on a 1-ton dump truck and do it all over. But that's totally up to you all. And as far as where that money would come from, I would assume the water.
That'd be fine. You mentioned that.
All right, do I have a motion to approve at least, what, 3,000, is that what you said?
Let's start out with 3,000.
Start out with 3,000.
Just to get passable, throw it back there.
I'll make the motion.
And I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion passed.
And the, heavy, well, this is the next part.
Oh.
I think it's, I had on my part. Off the road, water line,
Additional utility employee.
The wall cleanup dates on the agenda are wrong.
Hold on. Additional utility employee is before that on the agenda.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
I talked to, I guess we'll do board members since mentioned it to Karen. And I had mentioned it too, to have some little bit extra help. And this is not saying, yes, let's do this, but, if we could maybe get something put together, get an advertisement out there to see about additional help in the future, utility help. So maybe we would have to have as much assistance, mutual aid from other people. But I would just like to get a feel out there to see if there's anybody out there that would be willing to come to work.
We're looking
That's
at
up to you all.
part-time. full-time?
Well, so like we
Oh.
do,
I think full-time, there's a lot of stuff coming up that
Yeah.
is more than
Seasonal?
what.
You know,
No, not even seasonal.
I know, I'm asking,
Yeah.
that's why I'm asking.
So
Which
even with
part?
this project alone,
Yes,
you know,
that's full.
yeah.
Yes. Just
Which
talking
is,
about.
which is that one, minus anything else that has to come.
so just keep in mind, we're still working on the neutral. In the whole town, we're still trying to work on the substation right now. And this water line project on top of it, it's been a lot, it's really been a lot. So I would ask I would ask the board permission to advertise, at least advertise for another employee and see what kind of credentials, what kind of person we could get. Not setting a salary, but setting it on experience and knowledge, and just see what kind of applicants we would get. You know, and then maybe at the next board meeting, you can say, well, let's happen on, see what the numbers are with money and so forth, and see if something can go forward with it. Rather than, you know, having summer help, we all approved 2 summer help workers. We got Rick, he kind of works year round, part-time. But the 2 summer help employees you approved to hire, you wouldn't need no summer help at that point.
So if there was a full-time utility employee that would cover, okay.
Pending any craziness that's going on.
Yes, yes.
What kind of, from an employee standpoint, what is your ideal person's knowledge base of what? Electrical, plumbing,
Distribution.
Yes.
electric.
distribution? Yes,
Yeah,
yes, and yes. I just wanna make sure we're covering all the bases. We're not just focusing on.
Distribution,
general.
any,
No.
and or distribution, AC, electric.
Sure.
Distribution water, and or 1 or 2, any experience.
Multidisciplined.
Clean driving record, Class B CDLs,
Mhm.
Class B CDLs would be awesome. That would be-
But you're looking for multidisciplinary
Yeah.
person that's
Utility,
in there.
yeah,
That's fine.
utility
I'm,
experience.
yes, I agree with that one.
I'm not
Okay.
asking, unless you all want to go ahead, but I'm just asking, let's get a fill out there and see what's out there that we can get.
Do I have any more questions about that? Do we wanna discuss whether we want to just go ahead and do the ad, or if we want to go ahead and approve hiring another full-time person to help take some of John's load off?
Well,
As
for
somebody that's
everybody.
here, you know, and I didn't hear what you said.
Not just John, I mean, for everybody.
Well, yes, for everybody, right, absolutely.
It's a lot.
As somebody that's here more
We're gonna
times
need
than what I
to-
should be, they're very busy.
No, understood. I'm not complaining about that one. I know how swamped they are. I think we'll have to, we can figure out what that number is as soon as that opens up. That's gonna be the first question asked. What's gonna be their
Right.
salary or their hourly?
Right.
Um,
And I
range for
feel
that.
like, you know, we do have time to sit down and do that, you know, even if it's just me and Saffron during the day, and then, you know,
Yeah,
I try to do
I'm
a
perfectly
good
fine.
job keeping you guys informed.
I think that having another person with the load that we know is coming up alone,
Right.
minus the general day-to-day stuff, is definitely needed. We'll just have to pencil it. I'm for starting to get who's interested.
Right.
It will help expedite the process.
Right.
I don't want us to wait around, figure out the numbers, and then do it. It's
I-
a waste of time.
I would rather not wait
Yeah.
months.
No.
I would like to get this started and over with as soon as possible, so that way
They can get
they
some
can
help.
go ahead and get experience, you know, learn what's going
Yep.
on around here
I'm
and,
good.
you know, help them. So I just need a motion
I'll motion it.
for going ahead and placing the ad
Yes.
and hiring, or
Place an ad with the intent to hire?
Yes. Place the ad with the intent to hire.
second,
I'll second.
all in favor,
Aye.
all opposed, motion passed.
And they go to Mike's stuff.
Are you done with water and electric?
Put it on.
Okay.
So you got Mike's stuff?
I do have Mike's stuff. Okay. So originally the fall cleanup dates were the 16th and 17th as stated in the agenda. But then
They've been changed.
things have came up. And so, Mike would like to change that to October 9th and 10th. Do we have any issues? We cool with that? Do I need a motion for that?
No.
Okay, perfect. All right, anything else?
Mike will be going here, I'd say the next few weeks to get loads of salt.
Oh.
Prepare for,
When? Yeah.
a little bit of expenditure there.
Expected every year.
Yep.
All right. Moving on. Cool with that? Okay, well, I just want to make sure you don't have anything else. Blight update, I've got a couple letters, done. Just have to place them in the mailbox. One of them is the dog one, from last month's meeting. I did get Ms. Templin a copy of that ordinance. I think that's all I have for right now.
I don't think I have anything.
All right, and Brandon aren't here. Jade, do you have anything?
Something quick, we can discuss, we can table. Has to do with the abandoned residence at 525 Washington Street. It's the one that is in foreclosure.
Right.
Yes. So I went out to the clerk treasurer's office today to discuss the status, the process of if we need to go clean up the exterior, the mowing, I think it's about 3 feet tall. It's really thick. If we wanted to do that, what is the process of doing that? Talked with Lisa, Connie Berger gave me a sample of a letter, our standard bill we would send back to them because they would add it to their taxes. Even if we are still having to maintain it, even if it is sold at auction, it will still get tacked on for potentially new owners to take care of it until they take care of it. It still gets tacked on with that. So if that is something that we want to do, we're open to it. I'm trying to hunt them down.
Who's been?
The owner of that house. I thought I
I
wrote
talked to
it
his
down.
dad when he came to pay his bill, and he said he's in Rockport with some girl,
Yep.
but that's it.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Other than that, since do we have a forwarding address?
His dad was under the impression the bank already owned it,
The bank does.
so it wasn't, I don't think the previous owner is concerned about it.
Okay. Well, since the bank already owns it, but from the tax standpoint, he's still on the hook for, we can do it. I have a letter that's similar from Tell Cities. She gave me an example of Tell Cities that we can write up, attach with it for, I think it's Connie Berger.
She's a
Clerk, yeah. And we attached in a copy of how the bill needs to be attached. So if we want to do it, figure out your time, labor, materials, whatever needs to be done to clean up that property, attach that bill, send it over to her, and she will attach it with their next tax assessment.
We have a rate schedule for our
Yes.
employees and equipment. Normally, employees ordinance, how that's written up.
Yes, they could, because they're issuing the ordinance, so we'll have to tell city's ordinance, so we'd have to set this letter and put our ordinance in
Yeah.
of what that violation is, spell it out, and then attach the invoice to send over to her.
Have there been any letters sent to the bank or the village neighbors in? So-
They do not have a post office box that's gone. So there is no way for even the county to send them information because Troy only uses post office boxes.
Well, let's move forward. I would say, if I can speak on that, let's move forward on that. See if there's anything on the town's part on all of the ordinance. I see it where you did it before, and no action owns it. Okay? So
Right.
you say a certified letter, and Dry picks it up, and then you send another one,
Yep.
after the second one, then you initiate this process.
So what I'm gonna do with this, since I just got this information today, I will swing in tomorrow, look at our ordinance, how it's written up, to move that forward, to make sure we have everything dotted and crossed, before you actually proceed with any of the work and have our steps. But at least I have an example of it and was able to look into it. So we're at least one step closer from that. Perfect.
Good job.
That's all I have.
Awesome. Saffron?
I got a couple things.
All right.
First thing, I received an email from Anjan, and he invited me to the Scent Smart Community Launch that Tell City is having on September 23rd at 10 a.m. It's that app that they have where you can put your community information in there. I'm not that familiar with it. I asked if I could invite the council so that if they had any questions, because it is something that we pay for. It was something the previous council had done, and it's one of those things. So I strongly recommend that if anybody is interested, because when I received that invoice, I mean, we're talking $6,000 a year, and that's included in that cost. I don't know that I'll be able to make that meeting, so I'm strongly encouraging any of our council members.
When is it?
September 23rd at 10 a.m.
I won't be able to make that.
But it's limited seating, so he's asking anybody that's going, I need to let him know.
Okay, I don't know if I can, I'll check.
That's all I have on that part. The other thing, I had one of the utility clerks scan in all the ordinances that had not been scanned in yet, and we got them to Region 15. They came back with a zone map update cost of $4,500, which we do have funds for. And then they have a code book update cost of $5,450. They said that they wouldn't be able to get to that till later this year because of their workload, but that would be divided up amongst the utilities, so that would also be within affordable. So I just need to decide if we wanted to move forward with that. And I told them I would get back with them as soon as the council decided one way or the other.
I'll make a motion to go ahead with it.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Saffron.
Easy peasy.
Thank you.
I'm done. That was all I had.
That's it?
That was all that I had.
Really, just a couple of things. Okay. Do we have any old business? I don't think we do. Any correspondence?
I will be going, sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, you're fine.
I will be going to this month's SIPA meeting. It's one of the meetings they said I have to go to.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. And is that the last week of the month?
27th.
Six.
So, yeah, toward the end of September.
Okay.
Did you handle the dog issue?
Yeah, let him, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, so I just need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Next meeting? On there, October, okay.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I
our
read the
next meeting's
agenda,
October
it'll be on
15th.
there,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, our next meeting's October 15th at 6 p.m. I just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks, guys. I'm sorry about
Thank you.
electric stuff. That's not money I'm